there's two beasts in chapter 13 of Revelations, and one of them is called the Leopard Beast, and then the other one is a kind of like a lamb, but he has horns, so it's kind of like a goat type beast. And so we can look at the Leopard Beast, and the Leopard Beast runs from verse 1 down through verse 10. So, Autumn, you want to read some of that, and then we'll just work our way around and read all that, and then we'll come back and discuss this Leopard Beast.
Chapter 13, you want me to read 1 through?
Yeah, 1 through 5 probably.
Okay. Then I saw a beast rising up out of the sea. It had 7 heads and 10 horns, with 10 crowns on its horns. And written on each head were names that blasphemed God. The beast looked like a leopard, but it had feet of a bear and the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave the beast his own power and throne and great authority. I saw that one of the heads of the beast seemed wounded beyond recovery, but the fatal wound was healed. The whole world marveled at this miracle and gave allegiance to the beast. They worshiped the dragon for giving the beast such power, and they also worshiped the beast, who is as great as the beast. They exclaimed, "Who is able to fight against him?" Then the beast was allowed to speak great blasphemies against God, and he was given authority to do whatever he wanted for 42 months.
All right, Linda, you want to read about 3 of those?
He opened his mouth to blaspheme God and slander his name and his dwelling place and those who live in heaven. He was given power to make war against the saints and to conquer them. And he was given authority over the tribe, people, language, and nation. All inhabitants of earth will worship the beast. All those names have not been written in the book. All those names that have not been written in the book of life, belonging to the Lamb that was slain from the creation of the world.
Okay, buddy, you want to do 9?
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Okay, Tom, you want to do 10?
He that leadeth in captivity shall go in captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Okay, now, this beast described there in verse 2 has this beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, all right, and his feet were that of a bear, and his mouth was the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him the power. You know, we studied about the dragon, and that's Satan, and his seat and great authority. Now let's look at Daniel chapter 7. This is some of that reference that I was talking about. That if you get a good reference Bible, then you can look around and find out where else this beast type stuff is talking and get some kind of an idea of what they are. Now, verse 17 of Daniel says, "These great beasts, which are four kings which shall rise out of the earth." So they are what? They are countries.
Yeah, they're tribes.
Yeah, you know, this beast here. Now, you mark that place. Probably next week we'll be back over there to that place. But this beast is a nation, and is what it's really describing there. Now, where did this beast come from? That's described in verse 1. So if we, it says in verse 1, "And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the names of blasphemy. Now, so John is standing up on there by the sea, and this beast rises up out of the sea. Now, we talked in previous lessons about the abyss and the bottomless pit, and these places are dark, far away places, as far away as you can get from God. And so this nation, this is going to be a nation that's about as far away from God as you can get, right? And so it's going to be, we talked about the deepest place that there was an abyss was in the ocean. The bottom of the floor of the ocean was, that was and it says John saw him come out of the sea. So he's rising up out of the abyss. And so this nation, and it has 7 heads, seven heads and 10 horns. So these are countries and other kings. That's those things there are. And upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the same name of blasphemy. So this is not just necessarily one nation, but like 10 nations or so under kings grouped together and like that. And so this nation is a nation that's rising up from out of the bottomless pit, the abyss. And everybody everywhere has some kind of an opinion on who this nation is. Some say that it's the United States. They claim that but the United States has only, 300 years old, 250 years old or so, or 300 years old. So it's not going to have a long history, right? So this is a nation that has a long history of being away from God. And in my personal opinion, I've not read this anywhere, I've seen any reference books, but my personal opinion is China is this nation. And one of the reasons that I think it's China is because they have had the same leadership family descending down for nearly 4,000, 5,000 years. It's been the same family controlling the country. They've had the least exposure to God until Lottie Moon went there and was able to stay. They had little to no teachings of God. And I think this nation is China, and that they also have the dragon image in their folklore and in some of their government stuff. And they also have some of them have dragon tattoos on them and like that. And this is a nation that's always been controlled by the dragon. This nation right here that they're talking about is a nation that the dragon has had continuous influence on, almost uninterrupted. And I think this one's China. And we'll look at the other beast next week. We'll start it at 11, verse 11 in chapter 13. We'll look at that other beast, and we'll also see how this beast and the other beast connects up together. Okay?